Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video by me, FoxyNoTail, here on the truly Bedrock survival server, and you may see before you a very flat looking area. I have finally finished completely destroying what I'm going to be building up very soon, which is going to be my base area, and I've taken it all down to the same level. I've sorted out all of the rivers so that they are now going around the things that I don't want part of it. And I think overall, well, it looks horrible, doesn't it? But it's taken ages. It's taken absolutely ages to do. But it's finally there, so we can get cracking on building that. But that's not what I am going to be doing in today's episode. Although work will progress on that during today's episode, because I'm going to be starting doing that in a live stream, which I'm going to be recording in a couple of hours. Before that, though, there are some serious matters to attend to. First of all is, what am I doing with these ugly boots on and these ugly tools? I had a texture pack a few episodes ago which I was showing off and saying, do we like it or don't we like it? And the consensus were the tools and the armor look better, but the blackstone bricks should keep as default, and I absolutely 100% agree with you. So I'm going to change my boots and my tools and then leave the rest of it as it is. So let me hop off quickly and do that. I'll be back with you in a second. There we go, that feels better, and I know people are saying it looks too much like diamond and not like netherite. I don't care. I like the look of diamond. I don't like the look of netherite, so I'm happy with those. And I said I wasn't going to fiddle with any blocks, but there's a couple more things I've fiddled with, but I might not keep. I just want to show them to you more than anything. Hang on. What about these doors, though? Check these out. New oak door. Fancy. New spruce door, fancy. New dark oak door, fancy. Well, this was like a replacement for... Oh, it's upside down. I've messed the textures up on that. Ignore this door. Ignore that one completely. But these ones, yeah, I'm not going to keep them. I quite like that one as a replacement for the normal spruce door, and I really like this one as a replacement for oak. But I'm not going to keep them. They're not vanilla enough, but I just thought I'd show you. You might see those at some point coming up in a map that I'm making. But for right now, they're going back in the box. They're going in the box. Don't even worry about it. Pretend you never even saw them. Anyway, I'm getting all kind of distracted. We're not playing with doors and textures today. We are indeed actually going to start building our very first little starter house. But FoxyNoTail, you've got a starter house at the one chunk area. Yeah, well, I want somewhere to put all of these many items that I removed from this area. This isn't any of the stuff from back at home. This is none of the stuff from back at the one chunk area. This is all what I destroyed from this area here. So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do, so I better get cracking really. And the first thing I need to do is move all that out of the way, because I'm actually going to be building this house right up here on this little plateau. Have I got any more rockets? There we go. Yes, let's have a fly around. I'm going to be building it all right on there. So yeah, I gotta move all that stuff out of the way. Great, good job. I might actually maybe just move it over here a little bit so that stuff can stay for now. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's get on to it. Okay, one more thing before we get started on that. There is one slight tweak that I made to the texture pack that you might not be able to notice. It depends whether you are a veteran of Bedrock Edition. These are, of course, armor stands wearing different coloured armor, and you might notice that they don't have the horrible brown patches on. Let's check this out. If I switch back to my normal pack, or the vanilla pack, you can see they've got horrible brown bits on all of the armor, and it doesn't make any sense at all. I have no idea why they thought they were a good idea to have those brown bits on there, so I've taken them away. And that is one part of the pack I am definitely keeping. Yeah, they look loads better without those horrible brown bits, so we'll be keeping that. Anyway, let's get on with moving things around and building this house. Jeez, I'm going to need a reasonably large area. Oh man. Oh, it's a cave. Right, let's get to it. But before we get started, I actually need to nip back to my home place, my one chunk build, in order to grab some more materials. I'm going to need lots of wood and things, and I believe they're all over here. Maybe I already moved them. Anyway, it's a good idea to come over and collect more stuff from over here, because I'm going to need things, particularly cobblestone. I'm going to need a lot of cobblestone, and I don't have all that much of it. Oh, jeez. Oh, mate. Oh, hang on a minute. Is there more in there? No, none. So I've just laid down another slab of dirt on top of this hill as kind of the foundations and the marker for the size of this house. And it's actually a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. Now, I have already planned this out in creative. I know what I'm going to be building. But yeah, it's quite a decent size. It isn't just going to be a perfect square, but that's kind of the outline of where it will fit. And the reason I've got it intersecting with these chests rather than shifting it over a little bit is if I imagine how I want this area to actually be, this is obviously going to be like a raised area with a castle on it and a castle town. And this is kind of going to be like the gatehouse that leads up to it. So if you imagine there was like a pathway through the mountain. So you came through these trees and there was a path leading all the way through these trees along the top of this cliff up until you got to a bridge here. And this bridge at this point is going to go across that and into our castle area. This house is going to be like the last house before the bridge, and it will be conveniently where we're going to be storing our items in the meantime. The problem is, I don't want it to get in the way of where I want the path. I kind of want the path to not just be a janky, wiggly line. I want the path to go in a straight line. And if I have my house here, the front door of it is going to be like there, which is no good. Now, it's not a perfect square. This area here is pretty much all gone. It's more like an L shape across those sides. And I could spin it round. I could have the front door here and have the L shape going round that way, and then have like a path going over to the road here, which could kind of work. That would work, but the whole thing is too far this way, really. So what I think I'm going to have to do is probably knock that mountain down and move the whole thing just over this way a little bit, just more to this edge, just so there's more room on that side for the path. But it is nighttime, so let's have a little sleep, and then let's look at shifting things about. And I'm going to have to move all of these chests as well, because they're all in the way now, which is it's a bit of a pain, but it's fine. I was hoping to be able to do it elsewhere. Like, if I did it on this side, if I pushed it all back this side, it would kind of work. The door would then be kind of like here, but then I'd have to have the path coming along here, which means that mountain's going to be in the way. So you can see where the issues are. So I think I got this. Leave it with me. We'll get cracking. And a little bit more terraforming later, and I've moved things around a little bit. So that mountain's been shaved back, and so's that one, and the area around it has. And I've just extended that platform I made down here. It's still a little bit square, but we've now got an idea that L shape there is going to be the edge of the house. So it's a lot further back this way, and it's a lot further back that way, which means it's now not coming too close to the edge over here. So this line here, that will all be just normal. So yeah, this is the edge of the house here, which means we've got plenty of room to the side of it for our path, and plenty of room to the side for our path to swing round and come across here as well. So that's great. So now what we need to do is start laying the foundations. Oh man, why don't you do a time lapse? Because it's going to take me hours to build this house, and I'm not going to be able to do it all in one go, and the time lapse will keep moving about. And there we are, we have actual physical foundations. This is going to be the outline of our house. And yes, it is an L shape, quite basic, but it's going to look rather fancy when it's done. And thankfully it takes up even less room now that I've actually done it properly than I thought it did. So yeah, this is actually really good. We've still got to move a lot of stuff to get it out of the way, but we're onto something we can finally get cracking on. And you know what? I might just do that time lapse. And there we go, a fancy looking house. I like it. I really like it. I obviously made it in a creative world first and pretty much just copied it from that. But, you know, I really like it. And I did take inspiration from Google. This isn't just something I was able to throw together myself. I'm not particularly good at designing houses in Minecraft. So yeah, I've took inspiration. I've tweaked it to make it my own style and used my own materials. And I really like what I've come up with. It's very, very nice. And as I fly around this area and land on these leaves, you might notice we have a basalt wall now going around the base. As I said earlier in this episode, we were doing a live stream and that has now been done, and we have the start of our plateau. There's a lot more work to be done here, particularly the next layer is going to be cobblestone, and I don't have a great deal of that, but it shouldn't take me too long at all. You might also notice we've got some floaty trees and lots of podzol. That is because now you can actually get podzol when you grow a giant spruce tree, and it's so fast growing giant spruce. And I know we're all dying to look at the house, but before we do that, I just want to show you how easy it is to get a whole ton of spruce very quickly. So while I was building the fancy house, I actually completely ran out of spruce and I decided to get some more, and it really didn't take me long to get nearly 18 stacks of spruce logs. In fact, it took me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus a couple up there, 9, 10 trees to get quite a lot of spruce. So if we go near our haste 2 beacon, we can actually use the haste 2 effect on our axe, one of the Bedrock edition things that you can't do on Java edition, which is absolutely fantastic. And what you do is you grab yourself an ender pearl, you grab yourself some bone meal, and you stand just to one side, and you look up to the sky as high as you can, you throw your ender pearl, and then you bone meal those trees. Podzol will grow underneath it, which is absolutely amazing, and then you land on the top, which is great. Now, the reason we have to offset our stance is because they've actually changed the game slightly, where the player cannot throw an ender pearl directly up, because you can't look directly up in Minecraft Bedrock Edition anymore. You can only look at 89 degrees. You can't look perfectly up in the sky. Believe it or not, there's an offset. So whereas before, when you would do this, you would look straight up. Let me just grab those blocks before they despawn. Oh man, look at all these mobs. Hang on a minute. Let's get those to despawn. Yeah, before you would place your trees down, you would stand in the very center, then you would throw your ender pearl, and then you would bone meal them, and that would land you on the top. But now, because of the change to the player, you actually land just to the side, which sometimes can end up quite a long way down the tree if the leaves are quite far down. So yeah, if you offset yourself just by a block and then look up, it works pretty well. And then yeah, with the haste too, look how ridiculously fast we can get tons and tons of wood. And these giant spruce trees tend to have between sort of 50 and a stack of logs per tree, which is absolutely amazing. We put all of our spruce away. We've just mined down 2 trees, and we now have, well, 3 trees maybe. How many trees have we just mined down? We've got 3 and a bit stacks of spruce. It's crazy. Absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, very nice, easy way. And now we've got access to loads and loads of podzol as well, which we'll be able to use for building later on. So coming back to our house, we need to do quite a few things in terms of decoration and also lighting, and I don't think I'm going to get it all decorated in today's episode, mainly because I don't really know what I want to do in terms of decoration. But in terms of lighting, we've got ourselves some lanterns and we need to go and pop them around, and I think the first thing would be nice if we had a couple of lanterns hanging down from there to illuminate the front of the house. That would be pretty good. And I'm considering, would it be a good idea for our little balcony if we had some fences actually coming down from there and supporting that from underneath down to the ground, something like this, maybe onto a cobblestone block there. That could look kind of good. I think that does. I think that adds something. So let's just take those away, and we'll actually bring those fences across and round as well, and that'll help decorate that a little bit more than those slabs. If I put some fence there and then just drag those around like this, very nice. And then if we bring that down here as well, and we will get another post there. Now I think I'm going to bring, yeah, actually I'll do them both on double ones. That looks pretty good on a double one like that. So let's get rid of that and put that there. Yeah, that's added something to that, which I'm quite happy with. Very nice. It almost feels like it should come out 1 block further away again, which means we could extend the balcony slightly, but I'm quite happy with that how it is. The hopping inside the house, we've got Quite a basic floor. I haven't done any internal wall decoration or anything like that, and I'm not going to, because this is a medieval style house, and in medieval style houses probably didn't have paint or wallpaper on the inside, so they may well have had some inner lining on the walls just to sort of block the breezes and to keep it a little bit more insulated, but I'm going to leave it like it is. It's going to be bare on the inside, and we're just going to worry about decorating. You can see we've already got a bit of a fireplace going here. I need some andesite slabs just to finish that off, and I've just put these lanterns on the ceiling there on the cross beams because I think that's a good place to put them, and it's going to keep it nice and light. The second floor, pretty much identical to the first floor. Obviously, there's no fireplace on here, but we do have the chimney. And then if we go up the stairs one more time up to the third floor, we've got the same floor pattern in here, but this is obviously the top of the house. No balconies at this level, but plenty of room for storage and things like that. Back on the first floor balcony, I think it would be a good idea to maybe pop a fence post up there like that and put a lantern hanging from that. That could look pretty good, I think. Maybe that needs to not stick off the wall quite so far. Maybe we can have that against that block there. That would look a bit better, and that will keep this nice and illuminated. Maybe I might want to even drop that another block down. Let's check that out. Put that there. That's not too bad. We'll have to look at what that looks like from the front of the house. And we've obviously got the staircases which go down, but we don't have any access to a basement or anything like that. So I think behind these staircases we'll probably go down again, and we'll dig into the ground and we'll make a basement for this house, which is probably where we'll put the majority of our bulk storage for now, because this is pretty much just going to be a utility based house for us right now. Somewhere to sleep, somewhere to craft some stuff up, and somewhere to keep our many chests. And I know I could just plaster them around the other layers of the house, but I don't want to clutter it up. It looks really nice. It looks very nice, and I'm really proud and impressed with myself building it so fast in survival. So I've done a little bit more work now, not absolutely tons, but you'll see we now have the fireplace in, which is all nice and finished off. The beam looks a little bit weird there intersecting with that, but there's not a great deal I can do about that because it kind of fits the rest of the theme. And the beams are like obviously the scaffolding of the house that holds it up, which I've now added into our basement, which is not particularly big basement, but again we've got the beams, and these ones are spruce instead of oak. And you can see I've got some areas which maybe look like it's got a little bit damp, and I've trimmed those there, or I've stripped the spruce there to make it look like the wood's been affected by that as well. A lot more cobble on the floor around there, and again in this corner as well too. And I really like it. I like the look of it, but it is very dark, and this floor is not slabs, so that's solid, so things can spawn down here. So I was just going to come and just throw some lighting in here, but probably not too much. I don't want it to be too bright in here, but also I don't want mobs spawning. I could make these out of bottom slabs and do it that way, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I like the darkness of this room, but it's probably going to get on my nose with mobs spawning down here, I guess. So yeah, I really like it. I really like the look of this basement, and I really like the look of the house overall. And I guess now I need to start actually thinking about getting the chests and stuff inside, and also, yeah, decorating in here a little bit. But I don't know what to do for decoration. I might have to leave that for a little bit. But let's get the chests inside at the very least. Oh man, this could take ages. And now the area behind me is nice and tidy. All of those chests have gone away. They are all sorted out, and that has left the area looking a lot better. So if we... Oh, there's a glass pane there. Let's pick that up. If we hop inside our house, there's a couple of minor changes, nothing major. First of all, we're going to go upstairs into my bedroom. It's just a bed. No idea what I'm going to do for decoration yet. So I've put my bed in there and I've set my spawn. And if I go back down into the basement, you will see that I have horrendously lit the place up because creepers kept coming down here and going bang. And that's not good while you're trying to deal with shulker boxes and items and things like that. So yeah, I've organised this-ish sort of the best I can for now. So I've got everything I need. I've got all of my stone stuff. I've got all my cobblestone stuff. I've got black stony bits here. I've got a little working area there with sort of junk in that one. All my iron blocks, more empty shulker boxes and food and stuff over here. We've got the stones. We've got some spare ones there for future stuff. We've got our prismarine bits and bobs. We've got some nether stuff. We've got lots and lots of netherrack and some more spare ones there. We've got space here for another one of our cheaty furnace systems, which will come in handy. We've got our andesites and diorites and whatnot, some woods and sands and gravels and yeah, grass and dirt. Look how many sugar boxes of grass and sugar boxes of dirt I've got. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then over here again, we've got a few sort of spare sugar boxes of things like terracotta, stuff I haven't really bothered to find a proper chest for, because I'm never going to have ridiculous amounts of that sort of stuff, really. And if I do, I can always put it into these sorts of chests instead. So all I've got to do now is grab my glass box, put that paint away, put that away, and we are nice and tidy with a lovely looking basement, which I think has probably still got a couple of spawnable spots in it, but overall, I think it's okay. So if we hop upstairs again, we've got some decoration stuff to do up here still, and I will do that at some point or another. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to go yet, but for now, I think that should just about do us for the day. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!